What's up, everybody? I know my beard is looking vicious. I need to put some oil on it. What you're about to witness is a speed-framed video of my yoga therapy practice. This is absolutely the most gentle yoga practice possible that's still yang. The most gentle yang yoga practice, meaning there's engagement, there's action, there's effort. And I gotta tell you, I feel amazing right now. It was a 50-minute practice. Walking around the streets of LA just now, my hips are super solid, super stable. SI discomfort is vanquished, and this is just really, really potent. So I hope you enjoy. Namaste. This appears to be kind of twitchy motions, and keep in mind that because it's speed framed, you actually don't see each repetition. But indeed, a lot of the activations are somewhat twitchy motions. Like right here, I'm finding posterior deltoid with a kind of pulsing flexion, a rapidly pulsing flexion. In the beginning, it's a slower pulse, and as you become familiar with how to find the muscle, it's a more rapid pulse. A lot of times you can't even see what I'm doing. Like there, I'm gently pulsing my shoulder blades together to find the rhomboids. This is not a pulsing exercise. Teres minor is just a straight contraction. So some of the muscle activations are just contractions. Here is a pulsing motion to find psoas major, but then it's accompanied by finding transverse abdominis, which is a contraction. You know, for something like subscapularis here, you don't really see what's happening, and the secondary hand can be used for proprioception as a cue. You touch in particular places on the body, and that indicates that the muscle is flexing or not. It's a very quiet practice. It induces a parasympathetic state of mind because of the degree of stillness required to find the muscles and the introversion that accompanies this sort of isolation practice. And indeed, if the whole muscle or if the whole body were relaxed while you isolate and engage a muscle, it should actually pull the rest of the body. The body is loose, and if something pulls, the rest of the body becomes an effect of that. This is a very good practice to prepare for any kind of seated practice, because not only does it prepare the body to sit comfortably, it strengthens the muscles that are often weakened through a yoga practice. And yes, some muscles are weakened through a yoga practice. If all you ever do is stretch a muscle, it doesn't really get stronger. But it also aligns things like the hip and the lower back so that sitting is more comfortable. This is an example of a stretch. So the scalenes and pec minor is more of an elongation exercise, but we're isolating that muscle when we elongate. QL is very challenging. A lot of the muscle activations build on top of the other, so it's not really possible to isolate QL until you isolate glute medius, the psoas, glute maximus, and so on. But once you find the muscle, then maybe the next time you come to the practice, you don't have to do the sequence. You can just go straight to that muscle. But in the beginning, in my experience of teaching, it's easier to learn in a particular sequence. The psoas is super interesting because at different angles, we engage different parts of the muscle. So I work it at horizontal at 45 degrees and at 90 degrees here in this video. Now we start to group muscles. Contraction. This is very subtle. You don't really witness the rapid pulsation of, but I'm flexing the gemellus muscles, the piriformis, maybe about 30 reps per minute or so. Really, really good for finding Mula Bandha, the root chakra, and just avoiding overstretching the lower back and forward bends. The lats are also super important, especially we don't do a lot of pulling in yoga, in conventional yoga poses. There's a lot of pushing if you do a vinyasa practice or something like that with down dogs and sun salutations. And the lats are often overlooked. They're too long, they're not strong, and so the shoulder tends to round forward, pinching the anterior deltoid and anterior part of the arm joint there. Glenohumeral joint. And here just combining many different activations, and this is where we start getting into arm balance therapy. Finding the triceps. It's amazing, but we have to go through all of that just to find and isolate the triceps. And yeah, there's an aspect called tibial torsion that we would cover in a hips therapeutics workshop. That just because the feet face forward, not necessarily are the femurs facing forward, and one leg might be twisted relative to the other. This concludes the practice here, the peak pose down dog tricep dips.